Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Deanne Castro, Creative Memories Advisor in Bakersfield, California. For those of you who don't know where Bakersfield is, I am kind of in the central California. Some of you may have been watching the news on the fires in Southern California. I'm about 2 hours north from there. So fortunately, it hasn't affected us. Great big mountain range in between us. So the wind isn't blowing any smoke or direction or anything like that. But we, like you, are just watching the devastation in the Pacific Palisades in the northern Pasadena area. And our hearts go out to those families and the businesses. So for those of you who have asked, thank you for caring. But I'm not really close enough to be affected by the fires or the smoke, but definitely affected by the heartbreak going on with those families. So anyway, um, if you've watched my couple of videos before this one, you'll have known that I was recently in Maine with my upline at a Crop and Connect weekend, and I was asked to create a few borders to teach. So this is the third one. This is the last one, and I used the Shades of Polar Lights paper. It was on sale towards the end of December, but it was out the year before. And so I'm sure you can find some somewhere if you love this paper, but also know that it works with just about any collection. Um, and it uses the embossed hexagon punch. So let's get started. I will show you. Okay, so here's the borders. I used two different colors out of the same paper pack. Well, two different collections of the colors, I guess you might want to say. So this one used some blues with a little bit of Kelly green and teal and navy cardstock. This one uses more teals with a little bit of blue, and then this was dark sea green cardstock on the back. And pretty much all it is using the embossed hexagon punch. This punch is a little different than a lot of them in that it does emboss this pattern on the paper when it cuts it, and it doesn't go through. It comes out the sides when you pull the paper out. So sometimes it gets a little stuck in there. You may hear me banging on it a little bit to get it to come out. So, but these are really pretty simple. So let me show you. We'll get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to cut punch six embossed hexagons out of one color and then six out of a coordinating color. So I'm going to be using these two colors to punch those out of. And when I'm punching these to save paper, if you line it up to where you're just kind of eyeballing where the center of the prior pieces that you cut, I like the center of this right here, and line it up with the end of the punch. So kind of like this, kind of like that center. It'll punch really close to the other one, and it will then give you more space for more pieces to be punched. As you can see, there's a little tiny corner not punched correctly on here, but it's not going to matter because when you layer them fairly close together, it'll come out just right. So there's two and three. I'll just turn it around here and do three more. Yeah, like that one got a little stuck in there. So 1, 2, and the last one. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to punch 6 of these. Sometimes if the paper kind of gets stuck in there, if you kind of lift the paper as you pull it out, sometimes that helps it to not get stuck in there. Didn't work on that one, but it does a lot of the time. Come out. There we go. We need one more. Okay, so that's, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. Can't count. I need a total of 6. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take another piece of coordinating paper, and this is going to be 1 5/8 inches by 12 inches. So I know that's just a little awkward number, but 1 4/8 is a half. So you go over 1 more eighth. Make sure it's straight. And then trim that. Then the next piece we're going to need is going to be a 2-inch piece. So this border, you can also make a little wider if you want. Just widen out the paper pieces. But sometimes I really like having just some thin borders so it doesn't take up as much room on my paper. I'm sorry, on my page for my photos. Okay, and this last one is 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so you have this one that is 1 5/8. This one is 2 inches, and it will layer on here like this. And this one is 2 1/4 inches. The cardstock is 2 1/4 inches. Okay. And that is all the cutting. Now, what I did was I took this and I put it across my mat so I can kind of measure where I'm putting these hexagons. So my very first one, I just lined up right here at the end and then just kind of eyeballed the center. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive on that. You might want to use repositionable adhesive in case you need to pick them up and move them a little bit. And sometimes you can actually just wiggle them on the paper. Then I'm going to take the next one and I'm going to find that one that has the little chip out of the end. Here we go. And so now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it approximately 2 inches from the other one. Not exactly. Let me kind of look at this one and see. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so it was on the edge, and then this one was out there. Yeah, kind of about here. So the front of this one is right on the end. The corner of this one is about 2 inches over. So then the corner of this one will be about 2 inches over. So then just kind of judge them about there, all the way across. So the edge of this one is kind of on that edge. So then 2 inches over will be about here. And I may have to lift them up and adjust them just a little bit, but just kind of eyeball it as you go across. So let's see, this one, I'll go about here, and this one will go about here. And then this one will go on the top of it here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so just kind of, you can lay them out on here to begin with, then move them around a little bit to where you think you've got them um, pretty much equally distance apart or equal distance apart. Again, kind of centering them on this border piece. So, top from bottom, this is kind of centered. And straight across. And the last one is going to go about here. Okay, now you're going to take the other color hexagons, and those are going to be, these had the points kind of going straight across. These are going to have the points kind of going up and down like this, so that you've got these edges that are going to go about here. So just eyeball it. You guys can measure it if you want, but I just kind of eyeball it to get the 2 points here, just kind of as centered as possible. And then kind of the center between this, the end of this hexagon and this end of this hexagon. Okay, so like I said, if you guys want to get it out and measure it a little more exact, feel free. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. So here again, get the points going up and down, and then kind of in the center of those other dark blue hexagons. And then again, the points need to go up and down. And then the last one. And it probably is going to need to be trimmed off just a tiny bit, but let's see here. Yeah. So it's going to end up with a little bit needing to be trimmed off. That's probably about maybe 1/8 of an inch off the edge. Okay. And that's the hardest part. But doesn't that look cool? I just love how it just alternates the colors and they blend together and go really well. Okay, so then we're going to take this 1 5/8 inch piece and we're going to center it on the 2-inch piece. And eyeball it to get it straight all the way down. Okay, and I chose this color because it pulled the color out of here, out of this hexagon. That's this color here. And so it really blended with this color. So that's why I chose this one to go with it. And then I pulled the navy to get it to also coordinate with those darker hexagons. So if you guys think about it and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would appreciate that. So go ahead, click on that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, if you like my other videos, and if you happen to like this one. And then that way you can also click on the bell and it'll notify you when I've got another video out, which I really try to do on Monday mornings, but sometimes life gets in the way. So I'm sure you guys understand that. So here you go. Here is that border, and it was so easy and quick. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but see the embossing on there? It just adds a little bit of extra dimension to these little hexagons. There you go. You can probably see that one better. So it depends on also how hard you push down on the punch. And if you guys like these ideas and you would like to share yours, the things that you've made watching my videos, or any other ideas that you happen to like, you can go ahead and request to join my Facebook group. It is still a work in progress, but I do try to show the new products that are coming out each time we have new items, and ideas that I see from like the virtual crops and kind of things like that. So if you would like to share the borders that you've made or the pages that you've made, um, go ahead and ask to join my group and I'll let you in and we'll just do lots of sharing all together. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And let's send out a lot of prayers to those families affected by the fires down in Southern California. All right. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you next week. All righty. Bye.